Welcome to Paper Science with Kurt Harders. Today we're going to be learning about the life of a virus. So to begin with, we have Pac-Man coming along one day, and he encounters a virus. And this happens to be a retrovirus, which is similar to HIV, as you all know about. We'll find out what that means for the virus and for Pac-Man a little later. So as Pac-Man tends to do, he's going to eat the virus, and the virus will move to the inside of his body, where it will soon encounter a cell. Now, the virus approaches that cell membrane, and like a key into a lock, it'll bind to parts of that membrane which activate it, and the cell will actually swallow that virus. But parts of the cell, called organelles, recognize that the virus isn't actually supposed to be there, and they'll swallow that virus, and this is called a lysosome, and it'll start bombarding that virus with all kinds of chemicals which are trying to destroy it. It'll also move it towards the outside of the cell so it can kick it out into the extracellular parts of the body. But the virus isn't quite done yet, so the virus will actually rip itself in half, if I can rip a paper this small, and bind to parts of the lysosome, which then breaks that lysosome open, and all kinds of genetic material that was inside the virus is released into the cytoplasm. So that genetic material, because this is a retrovirus, is RNA, which our body can't process viral RNA, so it's not able to replicate. So the virus also has a protein called reverse transcriptase. And all that's going to do is it's going to bind to this RNA and produce and convert it into DNA, which we know and love. So as you know, the nucleus in our cells holds all of the genetic material for our bodies. So this viral DNA is going to integrate itself into our DNA in the nucleus and actually become part of that DNA to the point that we can't even tell it apart. So, just as the cell makes all of the machinery, the lysosome, and all the proteins and molecules it needs to survive, it's going to start making those viral proteins and molecules too, which means it's going to become a virus factory, if you will, and produce tens of thousands of viruses which fill up the entire cell and eventually conglomerate towards one part of the cell membrane. And once there's enough of them, they'll actually break that cell open and leave into the rest of the body, where they'll go on to infect other cells while this original cell dies. And that is the life of a virus.